Inhale for 1. Full exhale. Inhale for 2. And exhale to the heart. I remember living in the first apartment that I had after I had left. He was stalking me at this time, and I would sleep in bed at night with my shotgun because I knew that at any moment he was going to show up again. He was very clear that if I ever left, that he would kill me. The trauma doesn't happen just in the mind, it also happens in the physical body. Knowing how much yoga has changed my life, I feel like we're really serving a purpose into the upper thigh. My name is Tara Tonini. I'm 29 years old and I am the program director for Exhale to Inhale. Inhale for 2. We bring free trauma-informed yoga classes to domestic violence shelters and also rape crisis centers. And if you'd like, you can take a child's pose here. How does that feel? Notice the breath.
Domestic violence, sexual assault, it's not just a woman's issue. It's an issue for all of us to address and think about.
So I'm just gonna run down the list and then I'll give you a heads up about...
I think a lot of people know women who are survivors of domestic violence. I can tell you from my own experience, it's your neighbor, it's your sister, it's your best friend, it's your mom. If you have people who have been through trauma, they're not able to be fully functioning members of society. Through yoga and through these simple exercises, we're giving people their lives back.
What we found that 12 weeks of yoga was more effective than any medication that anybody has ever studied for PTSD. So this is not sort of a little fly-by-night interesting little thing. It's a very serious thing that people do to deal with their trauma. Actually, it's better than popping pills.
I didn't go on a first date and get punched in the face. It was a length of time of falling in love with someone. It started off just verbal. He would tell me how beautiful I was, and then within the matter of seconds, completely change that storyline. The verbal abuse turned into physical abuse. I was so full of shame that I didn't want to share what was going on. It took a long time of just showing up on my yoga mat and practicing through the shapes and the forms. I noticed that the breath work was really helping me with my fear and anxiety. Like I was coming back into the real me. On your exhale, slowly release the fingertips. We'll invite them to the lower back if that feels nice. So our classes are quite different than an open-level yoga studio. Maybe not. The yoga class is taught at a slower pace. Our students face the door so they can see the point of entry and exit at all times. And we also used a lot of invitational language. And from here, I'd like to invite you to add a little bit of extra breath on the inhale and a little bit of extra on the exhale. Notice the breath. We invite our students to notice what sensations are occurring in their bodies. And then based on those sensations, they can choose what to do with their bodies from there. Hands might be on the hips, maybe you're at their heart. Whatever feels right for your body. You might choose to stay here. If you're feeling curious to explore more, arms can reach up on the inhale.
The real therapy is to take charge of your body. In yoga, you can actually train your brain to calm itself down and to take care of yourself again.
After the trauma that I had experienced, my body closed down. The practice of yoga physically helped me, but also using the breath to really just spread the stability has been really night and day.
La primera vez yo no sabía lo que era yoga y cuando empezamos con Elisa estábamos felices, no queríamos que se termine.
I come to yoga classes because They make me feel better. We keep it in, and yoga is a way to release and breathe.